everybody, and welcome to Week 5 of the League Bleed Orange Fantasy Football Recap Show. As always, I'm Commissioner Horniak. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'd also like to apologize for last week. We had some technical difficulties, and the Week 4 show just did not happen. So, I apologize for last week, but we're going to move forward. We're going to be better, bigger and better than ever. This week, we had a guest host lined up. All of a sudden, I got a cancellation of the invitation. The RSVP just didn't come in. Sam Beal was supposed to co-host today, and just didn't happen. So I sent the gnome out to try to do a little research, and yeah, he came back with some awfully weird pictures. It looks like Sam Beal has got some other friends. You know what I mean? So, you know, what can you do? What can you do? So, Commissioner had to think fast on his feet. Okay, so what did I do? I got a huge winner from last week. Basically just complete domination over his matchup. I said to myself, you know what? I had a schedule of hosts that I wanted here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Miller in here. Come on in, Chris. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, last week, a good week for you.
Very big.
Oh, huge week. We had, Chris went up against Team Pipes last week, and trust me, what you missed last week on the Week 4 recap show that didn't make it to air was that Team Pipes was awfully confident, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, man. He basically guaranteed domination, is what I heard.
He did.
Guaranteed domination.
Yes.
That didn't happen. No, it didn't. No. And actually, what did it end up being? 126 to 83. Ouch. Basically, that was the loser leave matchup. That
Loser leave town.
Loser leave town matchup. And Team Pipes heading to Texas, isn't he?
Yeah. Somewhere around the Mexico border right now.
Yeah, he is protecting us from tiny Mexicans, but yeah, the only reason that happened is you beat his ass last week.
I believe lifetime 3-0 against him.
Lifetime 3-0. That goes all the way back to last year, doesn't it? Oh man. Well, maybe next year, or maybe in the playoffs. You know, you never know if he makes the playoffs. You know what I mean?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. So there were plenty of good matchups last week. The Commish had a big week last week. Scored 100 points. Went up against the Golden Showers and Jeremy Hamill. And Hamill just didn't come through. He was banking on Keller in the Monday night matchup. I think the man had 1 point. That won't do it.
It's not going to cut it.
No. So 100 to 77 victory for the Commissioner. And now I'm back to 500. Me and you, 500. Feeling good. All right.
The Commissioner had a good trade last week.
A big trade.
About that.
Big trade. Yep. Me and good old Susie Lopez got in a little deal, and I got Chris Johnson. You know, and I did a little charting, a little graphing before I made that trade. And here's the graph of Chris Johnson's point total. And, you know, I looked at this and I said, you know what? He's going to have a big week. And then what did he do in Week 5? Boom.
Had a big week.
Had a big week. See, you gotta check them stats when you make them trades, folks. So that really came through for me. Really helped me win, pulled the victory. But, what did it do for Susie? It made her win too.
Yeah, she actually got Forte, which scored more than Chris Johnson.
Who'd have thought there? So hopefully that keeps happening for her, you know. But
This week.
little risky. But yeah, she won 129 to 95, and also was the high score for the week, wasn't she?
Yes.
Wow. So a quick $5 is going to Susie Lopez. Hope she spends that well. We also had Delhome's Testicles versus the Twin Peaks Steeplejacks. Another blowout here, folks. Delhome's Testicles, they have not been shooting their load very, very hard, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, basically a 3-game losing streak for them. Ugh, ouch. Not working out there for sure. But Twin Peaks Steeplejacks is now leading the NFC, I believe, which is pretty impressive. Very impressive on that part.
That's early.
Exactly. The final matchup from last week was the College Algebra Bowl, actually. It was Jay Lang versus Mike Garlow. And hate to say it, but looks like Mike handed Jay another F.
You sure did.
Yeah, wow, did he ever. It was a close matchup, but good old Professor Garlow really pulled out all the tricks. He pulled out his red pen, per se. He pulled out his defense when he knew he was winning. How about that for a tactic, huh? Man, that took a lot of calculation on that professor's part, you know what I'm saying? But, again, Mike Garlow came through with the victory and actually gives him the league's best record at 4-1. Who'd have thought that with draft day coming around? He was a rookie to the league. Made some surprise picks on draft day, but they've worked out for him. They have. So, yeah, we'll see if that keeps going, And that brings us to next week, done it? You know what that means?
What time is it?
Oh, it's next week's matchup gnome time. Welcome to the show, next week's matchup gnome. Basically, we got a little controversy, per se. Basically, the Gnomes' record from this week and last week, 7-2-1.
That's impressive.
7-2-1. You can see the asterisk because last week's show wasn't recorded. It didn't make it to air. So the Gnome would like to tell everybody that he did make picks last week, and 7-2-1 his overall record. So pretty impressive for the Gnome, that's for sure. And I mean, who picks ties anyway? So I mean, theoretically, you could have been 8-2.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would have been pretty impressive. So this week's matchups, first of all, we got Team Horniak versus Team Lee. Basically, it's not looking very good for Team Lee right off the go because he doesn't change his lineups much, So I wonder what the matchup gnome got him going. Ooh. Team Horniak with the old election check mark next to it. Make sure you vote, everybody. Yeah, it looks like next week's matchup gnome has Team Lee coming up a little short. You know what I mean? But
when he goes to Cedar Point.
No, exactly. Hopefully he'll ride them rides. So yeah, what do we got coming up next? We got the Team Juggernaut versus Team Pipes, and actually Team Juggernaut's hoping for Noshan Moreno to really get all healed up. Andre Johnson to get healed up. He's got a lot of injuries, but we'll see what next week's matchup gnome thinks about them injuries. Oh no, Team Pipes, and actually the line on this game even. Okay, which is pretty impressive. But looks like he has Team Pipes squeaking it out, which would be a big comeback from last week where he got completely dominated by you.
Yeah.
What is your overall record versus Team Pipes?
3-0.
3-0, that's right. I forgot from seconds ago, actually. So thanks for reminding me. But, yeah, next up we got I'm Kind of a Big Deal versus you, actually. Yeah, how do you feel about that matchup?
Not good.
Not good.
I didn't feel good about it last time, but luckily that's when Chris Johnson was on his...
Yeah, the old downward spiral.
And I got some injuries, pretty key injuries.
Yep.
The Packers.
Yeah, every Packer's going down. Man, I got Greg Jennings. I might just bench him because he might get injured. You know what I mean? So, had Ryan Grant go out. They got key injuries on defense. Who went out for you this week? Jermichael Finley.
Aaron Rodgers practiced today, but...
let's hope his head's okay. Let's hope his head's in the game. You know what I mean?
If not, you might want to play Jennings. He might be quarterback, receiver, and running back.
Exactly. Maybe I can get all them points. We'll see how that goes. But, I wonder what the Gnome's picking this week. Ooh. Oh, how about that? That's a bit of an upset, actually. I mean, the Gnome knows all, though. So that's 7-2-1 record, so I bet you're hoping for that. A little tidbit for you, though, Chris. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the co-host on the League Bleed Orange Fantasy Recap Show has lost that week. Did you know that? Every week previous to this. That is some kind of streak.
And I agree to do this.
Welcome to the show. So, hey, maybe you'll break that streak.
Let's hope.
Maybe not. So we'll see if the curse of the recap show continues. All right, next up we got the Golden Showers of Jeremy Hamill versus Sam Beal's league, NFC leading Twin Peaks Steeplejacks. Another good matchup. Golden Showers and Jeremy Hamill having a tough time.
Yeah. Having
a big, rough season so far. 1-4. Worst in the league. Quite possibly one of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see how that works out. Actually, they got Hamill projected to win. So, I wonder what the Gnome thinks.
He's got to pick the right Manning this week.
Yeah, that's true. Eli or Peyton, you don't know. Last week, Peyton Manning, 7 points.
Eli, like
Yeah, that would have helped him last week, that's for sure. But I wonder what the Gnome's picking. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. The Gnome says, no surprise there. Gnome says, golden showers are for Germans. And, yeah, basically, they're not going to win this week. So we'll have to see, if the Gnome's right on there. Again, his record depends on it, And finally, we're coming to matchup of the week. This is big. This is big, folks. We got Team Carry the One versus Kyle Monda's Del Holmes Testicles. Basically, I think why the Gnome's picking this as the matchup of the week is because Del Holmes Testicles actually gave Mike Garlow his only loss of the season. How about that?
That is a big matchup.
That's a big matchup.
I'm just looking for some revenge.
Look at the revenge matchup. Yeah, so let's see what the Gnome's picking. Oh, looks like Revenge of the Garlow is coming through here. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if again the Gnome knows his shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess that pretty much does it for this week. Thank you, next week's matchup, Gnome. Always a pleasure to have him on the show. I'm just graced by his presence, really. So yeah, basically that does it for the show this week. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully we get more views and maybe we'll go viral, make some money off this. We'll see. Thanks for my co-host Chris Miller here, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Hopefully everyone gets the win they're looking for. Except for you, Lee.